Hello, 444 Coral, Imogen, hi, Marie, hi. Thanks for joining me. How are you? I'm good, thank you. Yeah, I'm very good. I'm going to go through 30 questions with you. I prepared 30 slides to go through questions with you. You've got your theory 4th of April. I don't even know where we are now. So not too much longer, but you've got enough time, haven't you, to revise. Good. Hello, Kira, Craig, Elaine, Gray. How are you, Jasmine and Tim? Rest in Power user, Kath Butler, Ethan, Nourish Heart, all sorts of people here. 182 already. Wow. We'll get started very quickly. So the more comments you put in, the more likes you give, the more people will be thrown to the live, and then they won't miss it. Hey, Holly, that's awesome news. Can you please explain the difference between Puffin and Pelican? Who would like me to do that now? Anybody else want me to explain the difference between Puffin and Pelican? Just put a yes in the comments if you do, because that's not what we're supposed to be doing now, but if you want me to do that, I will. Okay, a few people do. So, okay, a Puffin Crossing is a traffic light controlled pedestrian crossing with exactly the same sequence as traffic lights. A Puffin Crossing goes red, red and amber, green, amber, red. Now, a Puffin Crossing is an intelligent crossing. Think of, got this ready, didn't know you were going to ask this, but it's always here. Puff in, puff intelligent, okay? So it has a sensor that detects when anyone's on the crossing. So although it goes red, red and amber, green, amber, red, it might change to green a bit quicker if no one's on the crossing, okay? So puff in intelligent, with exactly the same sequence. Now, a Pelican Crossing is a traffic light controlled pedestrian crossing, and it's the only crossing with a different sequence. A Pelican goes red, flashing amber, green, amber, red. So instead of red and amber together, it goes flashing amber. Now, let me just explain. Red means stop and wait. Red and amber means stop and wait. Green means go a bit safe. Amber means stop and wait. And back to red means stop and wait. So they all mean stop and wait apart from green. Can you slow down so I can screen record? No. But the flashing amber means something different. Who knows what Sarah Lou, it's all in my course. Okay, it's all that's not what I'm supposed to be doing tonight, but if you want to join my course or look at my YouTube account, you'll see it again. So what does flashing amber mean, anybody? What does flashing amber mean? Flashing amber means, Jessica, flashing amber means you can go if no one's on the crossing. Flashing amber means wait if someone's on the crossing, but go if no one's on the crossing. Okay, so normal traffic lights, red, red and amber, green, amber, red, all of them mean stop and wait apart from green. A Pelican Crossing has flashing amber, which means go if it's clear. Does that make sense to you? Does that make any sense to anybody? Hi, Bushy. Let me know if that makes sense to anybody. Yep, cool. Do you know what? If you don't 100% get it, don't worry. I can't do it again because I've just done it. There's always be somebody wanting me to do it again. But it's on the... I can't do it again. No, sorry. Because other people will get irritated if I keep doing things again and again because they've already heard it. But all my recordings from last week are in YouTube. So click on the link below, follow me on YouTube, and it's there. I know you joined, Diane, because I was watching Bushy, and thank you so much for supporting her. And you as well, Siobhan, thank you. And anybody else, a fair few people were supporting her. Okay, so my name is Annie. Hello, thanks for joining me. Have a look at my course. It's pinned below there for you. I'm a theory test expert. I'm a driving instructor. I've created a course that people are asking about already. Hundreds, thousands of people are using this course. I've put together worksheets, video tutorials. I'm just starting. Video tutorials, facts lists with audio, topic mock tests, full mock tests, case studies and so much more. Hi Marie, and thanks for joining me. It's got the most updated questions. It's only $34.99 if you sign up while I'm live. It's pinned there below. Have a look at this 1-minute video and we'll get straight started with the first 10 questions. In the introduction, you'll see how to go through the course. For all 14 theory topics, there's a worksheet that you can fill in if you want to. Watch all video tutorials, then listen to the list of facts. Listening to the fact list while you're doing other stuff, like going to the gym or cooking, means that you can use different times to learn and that you can learn without even trying to learn. Just like when you listen to the words of a song and you learned the words without even trying. Then it goes through all the practice questions. When you get all the questions correct, have a go at the topic mock test. And when you get 10 out of 10 in the topic mock test, move on to the next topic. Going through all theory topics in the same way will make case studies questions simple to answer. The 16 mock tests in the course are designed to cover every single practice question. And the course has got techniques for answering questions, techniques for doing hazard perception, and techniques for getting rid of test anxiety. That's what my course is all about. People that are saying they passed today, congratulations. People that are telling me they didn't pass, I am sorry to hear it. That's why I'm here. It's why I'm here to give you help. So sign up today while I'm live for my course. You get 2 free courses, you'll get 2 free ebooks. Let's get started with some questions. Don't forget to make a note or screenshot any question that you get wrong so you can learn from it properly. Thank you, Bushy. You passed your theory, Beth Mumby, that's awesome. I'm going to go, if I'm going left, do I go into the right-hand lane on a major roundabout? Okay, so lanes on a roundabout. It's really easy. If there's no signs, then you can follow the general rules of roundabouts. And the general rules of roundabouts are left lane for going left or ahead, right-hand lane for going right. So any exit that's after straight ahead is a right exit, and that's for the right-hand lane. Memes daily, does that make sense? So if there's signs telling you something different, follow the signs. If there's no signs, the general rules are left lane for left or ahead, right lane if you're going right. Exactly the same as if you were, say, at crossroads and there were some lanes, okay? So left lane for left or ahead. Does that help anybody? Let me know. There's 14 topics in the theory. Yes, there is. Thank you, 6. How long ago did you start this live? I'm just starting it now. So I came on live about 5-6 minutes ago, but memes daily, that's fine. I use a clock technique. I know, Carl, that is fantastic, but not everyone can read a clock, so I've got to be careful. I've got to be careful when I'm talking to lots and lots of people. So yeah, I'll create a lesson to teach a bit better. Okay, first question number 1. You're about to overtake. What should you do when you see this sign? A, overtake as the other driver as quickly as possible. B, move to the right to get a better view. C, switch your headlights on before overtaking. D, hold back until you can see clearly ahead. Put A, B, C, D or D in the comments. Let me know what your thoughts are. I will read the question, read the answer, then leave it 10-15 seconds to put answers in. And then I'll reveal the correct answer and you can decide whether you are correct or not. Keep double tapping the screen, guys. I've got 6,000 likes already. Hi, Shimmer, how are you? So hold back until you can see clearly is obviously the safest and most sensible thing to do. Do you know what a hidden dip is? Yes or no? Just put yes or no in the comments. Do you know what? Yeah, book it, Caroline. Do you know what a hidden dip is? Yes. If you don't know, I need to know so I can just tell you very, very quickly. A couple of people have said no, so let me just tell you. As you're driving along, you're in this green car driving along. The road is flat. The road goes down. The road goes up again. And then the road goes flat again. The bit where the road goes down, the opposite to a hill, Okay, that is the hidden dip. And you can't see, as you're driving along in this red car, you couldn't see what was in this dip, okay? If you can't see clearly what's in the road ahead of you, you can't choose to overtake. Does that make sense? Yes, let me know. Let me know if it makes sense to you. So it's like the opposite of a hill. It's a dip and you don't know what's in the dip. Shaz, why do people keep saying that? I don't understand. Awesome. Next question. What does this sign mean? A, change to the left-hand lane. B, leave at the next exit. C, contraflow system. Or D, one-way street. Put your answers in. Keep giving me the likes. The more likes I get, the more and more I'll come on here in the evenings, because it does me the world of good to get more followers and it gives me motivation. You don't know, just have a go. Which ones do you think is rubbish? Get rid of those and have a go at the right answer. So the answer to this one is, it's a contraflow. Now look at this. Can you see the line there, which got a gap in it? The line where the arrows are going through the line. Can you see that, Spaghetti? Can you see the arrow? One of the arrows is going through a line. Let me know if you can see it. Put yes or no if you can see the line. It's broken and an arrow's going through it. Okay, so that line is the middle of a motorway, the central reservation of a motorway, and they're telling some traffic, this lane here, to go over to the other side of the motorway because of roadworks, and they're saying don't go any faster than 30 miles per hour. Okay, so it's a contraflow because when you go over to the wrong side of the motorway, you'll be travelling against the flow of the other traffic. Does that make any sense to anybody? Yeah, awesome. Don't worry if it doesn't. Don't worry if it doesn't, because a build-up of knowledge, you'll get there eventually. You don't just learn just like that when someone tells you sometimes. Sometimes you need to hear it again, hear it in a different way, see more pictures, talk to somebody, Google it, and then you think, oh, I've got it. Contra means against, absolutely. You're in the left-hand lane at traffic lights. It kind of does. Yeah, that's all you need at the moment. You're in the left-hand lane at traffic lights, waiting to turn left. Which of these lights, which signal means you must wait? So you're waiting to turn left at these traffic lights. Which one means you must wait? A, B, C or D? I've got A's, B's, C's and D's. Keep putting your answers in because it helps me when I think, oh, lots and lots of people are getting this one wrong. Maybe I'll create another lesson when I get the chance. You keep getting them right, but you don't understand it. That's when you need a course blue, X blue. That's when you need some other way of learning like this. Okay, so the correct answer is A. Remember the traffic light sequence I went through a minute ago? And I said the traffic light sequence is red, red and amber, green, amber, red. And they all mean stop and wait apart from green. Do you remember that? Put some yeses in if you remember, or now you can hear me saying red. Red means stop and wait. Red and amber means stop and wait. Green means go if it's safe. Amber on its own means stop and wait. Red means stop and wait. So therefore, A must mean stop and wait, mustn't it? The traffic light sequence, I say it once more, just once more, because I'm going to get on people's nerves. It is red, red and amber, green, amber, red. Say it out loud, it'll stay in your head. Say it out loud to yourself. Red, red and amber, green, amber, red. Cool. So green, this one here, green, that means go for everybody. This one, it means stop for other traffic, except if you're going left, then you can turn. And this means go for everybody as well. You've got it. Awesome. That's all I want. Cool. What does the 25 on what does 25 mean on this sign? Is it A, distance to the nearest town, B, the route number of the road, C, the number of the next junction, or D, the speed limit on the road? You know what it doesn't mean. So have a go at what it does mean. Is it A, B, C, or D? Where would you find this sign? A blue rectangle sign. Where would you find those? Anybody answer me there? Yeah, awesome, awesome. Yeah, on a motorway. You'd find this on a motorway. And would there be a sign in a black square telling you what the speed limit is? Yes or no? Would there be a sign on a motorway? Hi Alfie, thanks for joining me. In a black square telling you what the speed limit is, and would it be as low as 25? No, there wouldn't be. Fantastic. So you can get rid of the speed limit, can't you? You can get rid of D. And the correct answer is the number of the next junction. So every time you come off a motorway, it's numbered. Okay, there's a number, junction 1 of the M6, junction 2 of the M62, junction 5 of the M56. So there's junction numbers. For every junction, it's numbered. Does that make sense? So if you're going somewhere, somebody might say to you, oh, come off at junction 25. Yeah, come off at junction 25. And that will take you to where you want to go. And that in the black box, that's the junction number. That's all it means. Can you do theory test when you're 16? No, it's any time from your 17th birthday. Does that make sense? It's for everybody. Everybody uses junction numbers. You won't know that if you're not a driver yet, okay? But once you're a driver and if you do travel on motorways, you'll know, because you'll always be coming off junction 9 off the M62 is your exit to go to St Helens, for example. Yeah? Cool. What does this sign mean? End of motorway, end of restriction, lane ends ahead, free recovery ends. So put your answer in the comments. I'll reveal the answer in 10 seconds. Have a go, Annie. Have a go. Libby, awesome. Do the theory word the questions differently? Yes, they do. You're expected to understand this stuff. That's why I'm giving you a little tip and hint with a lot of the questions. This is end of restriction. There's some kind of restriction on the motorway, and now it's ended, okay? Does that make sense? There's some kind of restriction on the motorway and now it's ended. I have a YouTube channel, Stephen. If you click on this link, I've just pinned it below, then that will take you to my YouTube channel. Which sign means turn left ahead? RS Turbo, it's a pleasure. Which sign means turn left ahead? Is it A, B, C or D? Loads of people have put B. Any other options coming in? Is everybody saying? Some people are saying A. The answer is the one that looks like an upside down L. Turn left ahead looks like an upside down letter L, doesn't it? Can you see that? It's B. Awesome. So make sure you're learning something. If you get any of them wrong, don't worry about it. Just say, brilliant. I've found one I didn't know and now I do know. So turn left ahead looks like an upside down L. What does this sign mean? Low bridge ahead, tunnel ahead, ancient monument ahead, or traffic danger spot ahead? Everything I'm covering is part of the theory. I wouldn't be covering it if you didn't need to know it to pass your theory test. That's what I'm doing here. Okay, so yes, it all comes up in your theory. What does this sign mean? It is a warning sign. Well done. Triangle signs are warning signs. See the triangle, see the W for warning. Thank you for reminding me to tell people. So yeah, it's a warning sign. It's warning you about something.
You're welcome.
Oh, that was my watch talking to me. I wasn't talking to you. Shut up. Okay, so yeah, this one means tunnel ahead. It looks like a tunnel, doesn't it? Yeah, it looks like you could drive through it. I know. It's always doing that. Okay, anybody else got one that keeps talking to you? Cool. Thank you for the likes. Keep them coming. 20,000 likes so far. Okay, have a look carefully at this picture. You're the purple car. Okay, you're in the purple car. You're waiting at a T-junction. What should you do if a vehicle is coming from the right with its left indicator flashing? So look, you're in the purple car. There's a green car coming from the right and it's signalling to turn into your road. What should you do? Move out and accelerate hard. Wait until the vehicle starts to turn in. Pull out before the vehicle reaches the junction, or move out slowly. Which one of those should you do? So we've got A's, B's, C's and D's. I'll help you in a second, so don't worry. Keep putting your answers in. Cool. So the answer is wait until the vehicle starts to turn in. Can anybody tell me, good luck for tomorrow, Paul, can anybody tell me why you should wait until the vehicle turns in? Sparkle's come up with one good option, because they might have left their indicator on by mistake, which means they're not going to turn into your junction. They're going to drive right in front of you. And if you pull out, then they could hit you. You could hit them, okay? Bullsy boo. Never trust an indicator. Don't trust it. No. Wait till they've started to turn in. I've seen that happen right in front of my eyes. And both car drivers got out and started shouting at each other. But don't trust the indicator. Keep the likes coming, guys, says Siobhan. Yeah, keep them coming. Yeah, do you get that, Spaghetti PLS? Yeah, absolutely. Don't trust them. At least I will get paid. Maybe so. Maybe you get some payout. But what you could also get is a serious neck injury. I know you're kidding. But you get serious neck injury and have to have a cage in your neck like I've got from somebody doing it to me. Okay, so, but I know you're kidding. Yes, Steve's awesome. Why should you make sure that your indicators are cancelled after turning into a junction? To avoid flattening the battery, to avoid misleading other road users, to avoid dazzling other road users, to avoid damage to the indicator relay. Which of those is the right answer? We kind of covered it in the question before, didn't we? If you think about it. Good evening, Maxine. But BMWs don't have indicators. It's definitely DEF-O-B, 30,000 likes, yeah. Does junction mean road? Yeah, it does. A junction is turning into another road. Okay, so the correct answer there is to avoid misleading other road users. Now, what I don't want you to do, because you're all, well, a lot of you are learning to drive. What I don't want you to do is quickly cancel your indicators. Okay, you don't need to, because your steering can go funny, wibbly wobbly. So turn it into the new road, straighten your steering up. Once you've straightened your steering up, if your indicator hasn't self-cancelled, then just cancel it. But don't try and be cancelling it too quickly. There's absolutely no need to rush and cancel it. But get straightened up, start driving and think, oh, it's not self-cancelled, because normally they'll cancel by themselves, okay? Then you can cancel it. Does that make sense to anybody? Just put some yeses, some thumbs up. Put some yeses if that makes sense. It does. Fantastic. Next question. You're driving in busy traffic. You want to pull up just after a junction on the left. When should you signal? A, as you're passing or just after the junction. B, just before you reach the junction. C, well before you reach the junction. D, it will be better not to signal at all. So you're driving in busy traffic. You want to pull up, you want to park, stop the car just after a junction on the left. When should you signal? A, B, C or D? I'll see if I can help you with this one as well. Sorry to hear that, Ellie. Yeah, so the correct answer is A, as you're passing or just after the junction. Let me explain what that means. So you are driving in this red car here, okay? And you want to pull up here. When are you going to signal? Well, it should be about here, just as you're passing this junction. If you signal here, people will think you're going down there, but you do want to signal. So just as you're passing the junction, then you can start to signal to pull up on the left. Does that make sense to anybody? Yay, Kelsey, the Scottish lass. That's awesome to hear. So as you're passing or just after the junction is when you signal. Because it says busy traffic, so you can't say it'd be better not to signal at all. You need to let other people know what you're doing. But if you signal too early, people think you're turning into the junction and you could cause problems. Anyway, that's 10 questions done. How have you got on with those? How have you got on with those 10 questions? Have you learned anything? So I don't need to, you can tell me what you've learned, or you can just say, yes, I've learned something, or you can give me your score. Is it the same? It's not the same in Ireland. No, Northern Ireland, yes, thank you. But not in Ireland. I don't know about the Ireland test. Thank you, Steffi. You've learned something. That's all I want to hear. Yes, I've learned something. I've learned that I know it all. I've learned that I've learned about turning at junctions. I've learned about signalling. I've learned about roundabouts. I've learned that particular question that I was always getting wrong. Fab. My name is Annie. I'm an ADI. I'm an audit trainer. I'm on the official register for driving instructor trainers. I'm a theory test expert, and I'm here to go over a few theory test questions with you. In the mornings, I go live every weekday morning. And I'll go live about 3 or 4 evenings a week to go over questions to motivate you to study. Do we have to remember stopping distance for the theory test? I want you to make sure that you are using the most updated theory test practice app or course or whatever you're using. Because then you wouldn't be asking me about stopping distances because they're not in the test anymore. Okay, so make sure you are using the most updated stuff, not an old DVD that somebody has given you from years ago, because it won't have the latest questions in it. Do driving lessons teach you on a motorway? If you want to, when you get to a test standard and you're learning with a fully qualified instructor, then yes. I created a theory test course. If you want to have a look at it, look at the pinned link below. It's got the most updated questions in it. Let me show you what's in it. Only $34.99 while I'm live. Let me show you what's in the theory test course and how you'll go through it to guarantee you're 100% test ready. Go to the introduction first, so you've got a really good understanding of what's expected in the theory test and how to go through the course. There are 14 different theory test topics. Let me show you what's in the accidents topic. You can download and print off a worksheet to fill in if you want to. You can fill it in while you're watching the video tutorials. Then you can listen to a fact list before you go and have a go at all of the official DVSA practice questions for that topic. When you've got in the introduction, you see how to go through the course. Right, that didn't work. Didn't move, did it? I just realised I'm looking at the same picture. I'll leave it. I'll show you later on. Don't want to watch that again. So if you sign up now, you get a free hazard perception course. You get a free... I know, sorry, Caitlin. I couldn't see the comments because the box has popped up. It wasn't playing. I'll show you later. You purchased your theory test courses today. That's awesome. I know. I'm sorry it didn't work. I I was in a world of my own for a second. Amy Yates, highly recommend the course. Thank you so much. Liam Kettlewell, is worth every penny. You'll be 100% prepared to pass. I don't need a video, do I, with you guys talking about it for me. If for some reason my link isn't working, because for a couple of people it's not working, Abbas, that's awesome, then just screenshot now, go to testbuddy.app/live and you can have a look at it later. Let's go on to 10 more questions. At an incident, someone is suffering from severe burns. How can you help them? A. Apply lotions to the injury. B. Burst any blisters. C. Remove anything sticking to the burns. Or D. Douse the burns with clean, cool water. A, B, C or D. Have a think now. If you had severe burns on your arm, what would you want somebody to do? Put lotion on? Burst blisters? Take your clothes off that are sticking to burns? Or put some nice, cool, clean water on your burns? What would you want someone to do to your burns? That'll help you to answer this question, I think. What's the safest and most sensible thing to do? Yeah, it's douse the burns, pour stuff onto them. Clean, cool water. Keep pouring clean, cool water in. Don't, see will hurt. That's exactly what I was thinking. Don't remove anything sticking to the burns, okay? Let the doctors do that. Let the doctors do that. You'd rather them leave it, to be fair, absolutely. So cool, clear water will take away some pain, will help with the recovery later on. But don't do anything else. Let the doctors do that. Does that make sense? Definitely not A. Oh my goodness, do not put anything onto them, any lotions. They could be allergic, you're absolutely right. Next question. You've broken down on a two-way road. You have a warning triangle. At least how far from your vehicle should you place the warning triangle? 5 metres, 25 metres, 45 metres, 100 metres. So a warning triangle. How far should you place it from your vehicle? Is it A, B, C or D? This is a picture. Sometimes someone always asks me, what is a warning triangle? These are warning triangles, okay? So how far should you place it from your vehicle? And the answer is, so we've got 25 metres and 45 metres. And the answer is 45. So just do that to yourself. Do that. 45 metres away. Give yourself a way of remembering. Or do you know somebody 45 years old? Or give yourself a way of remembering that it's 45 metres. 45 metres, okay? Yeah, you got it. Awesome. There are objects hanging from your interior mirror. Why could this be a hazard? Max White, I'm really sorry to hear that. I'll be here, keep on doing this stuff to help you. A, your view could be obstructed. B, your sun visor might get tangled. C, your radio reception might be affected. D, your windscreen could mist up more easily. What's the answer here? Do you know it? I want you to put your answers in, even if you're not sure, then I know how many people know, how many people don't know. And thank you for the likes. I've got almost 50,000 likes, which is fantastic. So does everybody know the answers to this? Most people are getting this absolutely right. Your view could be obstructed. So if there's stuff hanging from your mirror, from your interior mirror in your car, then you can't see what's just behind this. Okay, so put your hand in front of you and you can't see what's here. And that's dangerous. You'd have to move your head to see what's there. It could be blocking out a whole pedestrian. Somebody pushing a pram, it could completely block it out. If you update your TikTok, Annie's link will work. Okay, Siobhan, you're awesome. Is that right? Update your TikTok and my link will work. For now, if you go to testbuddy.app/live, you could go there as well. But yeah, update your TikTok and my link will work. Apparently, says Siobhan, and she knows it all. Thanks, Siobhan. Why should you switch your headlights on when it first starts to get dark? Oh, thanks, Siobhan. To make your dials easier to see, so other drivers can see you more easily, so that you blend in with other drivers because the street lights are lit. Why should you switch your headlights on when it first starts to get dark? Good luck for Tuesday, Hannah. Why should you? And the reason you should do it when it first starts to get dark, you put your dipped headlights on so that other people, other vehicles, other road users can see you. So that you can be seen. It's not so you can see, because you can see quite clearly when it first starts to get dark, but it's so other people can see you and they're not going to drive out in front of you and hit you potentially. Next time you're out and about and it's just starting to get dark, look at other drivers and see which ones haven't put the lights on and how much harder it is to see them. Have a look at that. Notice that. You don't want to be that person. Next question. What's the minimum time gap you should leave when following a vehicle on a wet road? 1 second, 2 seconds, 3 seconds, or 4 seconds. Nervous for tomorrow. Take a deep breath. Trust yourself. You can do it. You can do it. Trust yourself. So on a wet road, what's the minimum time gap? I need you to put your answers in so I know who understands it, who knows it, and who doesn't. So I've got D's and B's and some C's as well. N1 toxic says it's D. Mina says 100% D. Can I pin the link? Of course I can. There you pinned there for you. Okay, so the minimum time you should leave when it's wet is 4 seconds. Let me just go over it very quickly. It'll only take me a second. I know a lot of you know it already. When it's dry, normal dry conditions, you leave a 2 second gap between you and the car in front. When it's wet, that's doubled to 4 seconds. And when it's icy, it's 10 times the gap. How much is 10 times the gap, guys? What's 10 times 2? 10 times the gap when it's icy, which is how many seconds? 20 seconds. Brilliant. When it's dry, it's 2 seconds. When it's wet, it's doubled to 4 seconds. When it's icy, it's 10 times the gap, which is 20 seconds. Fantastic. Which type of crossing allows cyclists to ride across while pedestrians are also crossing? Toucan, puffin, pelican, zebra. Smashing it, guys. Hey, Ruby. Hi, Maria. Erica, awesome. Tyann, awesome. Shim Shimmer, yep, brilliant. Polly Pocket, fantastic. So the right answer there is toucan. If you don't know that, all of these are pedestrian crossings, and cyclists normally have to get off their bike and push their bike across the road. But on a toucan crossing, two can cross. Cyclists and pedestrians can cross. So cyclists can cycle across the road. A toucan crossing, if you think two can cross together. Absolutely, Smee Rose. Next question. When will a new car need its first MOT test? When it's 1 year old, when it's 3 years old, when it's 5 years old, when it's 7 years old. A new car. Let's get Annie to 100,000. Wouldn't that be awesome? Can you keep double tapping the screen to get me there? That'd be good. Okay, so we've got lots of A's and B's. And that's what I always get for this question. So I know I'm going to be teaching some of you something. Okay, but who says 100% B? Mina Carney says 100% B. It is 100% B. So the relevant words here are new car, new, brand new. So when a car comes first out of the factory, it's brand spanking new. And everything should be okay for the first 3 years. So it doesn't need any MOT tests until it's 3 years old. Once it's 3 years old, it will need an MOT test every 1 year. Does that make sense? So it's really important you read every word of the question. Because this is talking about a brand new car, new from the factory. It shouldn't need an MOT. Next question. What does it mean if your insurance policy has an excess of £500? A, the insurance company will pay the first £500 of any claim. B, you'll have to pay the first £500. B, you'll be paid £500 if you don't claim within 1 year. C, your vehicle is insured for a value of £500 if it's stolen. Or D, you'll have to pay the first £500 of the cost of any claim. And the correct answer there is D, you'll have to pay the first £500. Did you know that? So you can get your insurance a bit cheaper if you have something called an excess. And that's where you say, okay, so if I have to make a claim, I'll pay the first £500. So if you have, your car is damaged and it's going to cost £1,000 to get it fixed, you'll pay the first £500 and the insurance company will give you £500. Okay, so the excess is the bit that you pay. Say that to yourself. Just say it to yourself. The excess is the bit that I pay. Does that make sense? Because you've got the insurance cheaper, so you've promised to pay some of the claim. Fab. How would age affect an older person's driving ability? A, they won't be able to obtain car insurance. Thank you, Rowan. B, they'll need glasses to read road signs. C, they'll take longer to react to hazards. Or D, they won't signal at junctions. It's A, B, C or D. 77,000 likes. Thank you so much. So Tia Smith says C. So does Lauren Simpson, and Muzzy Cuzzy says C. Yeah, they'll take longer to react to hazards. Well, they may take longer. Okay, they may take longer. But yeah, take longer to react to hazards. Does that make sense? Cool. Yes, Divine. Awesome. Why are vehicle mirrors often slightly curved? Are these actual theory questions like in the test? These are official DVSA practice questions. Okay, I've got them all here, direct from the DVSA. All right, and these questions are very similar to what you'll get in the test, but nobody has the questions you get in the test. Only the test people have those. So is the answer A, B, C or D? So I've got A's, A. Anybody saying different? A's and C's. The correct answer is A, and there's no tick on that one. The correct answer is A. They give a wider field of vision. These are the questions in my course. My course has got so much more than questions, but these are the questions in my course, yeah. So why are the vehicle mirrors often curved? That means that the door mirrors have a curve on them like this, okay? And that means that you won't just see what's straight up and down the road, you'll see out to the sides as well. You can see more. They give a wider field of vision, okay? So you can see more because they are curved. Does that make sense? But there's a problem. Because the mirrors are curved, what happens to what you can see in the mirrors? I've done it there, Rebecca. What happens to what you can see in the mirrors? Because it gives it a distorted vision. What happens to that, what you can see? Yeah, absolutely, MX. So Sam, yeah, brilliant, Paul. So things look smaller than they really are, which means you might think they're further away than they really are. Okay, so be careful that you make sure you know that and understand that what you're looking at in your door mirrors will look smaller further away than it actually is because the glass is curved. That's another 10 questions done. How did you get on? So what I want to know really is, have you learned anything? You can tell me what you've learned. You can just put yes, I've learned something, or just a yes, or just a Y, or 8. Marlene says you got 8 out of 10. Jacqueline got 10 out of 10. Shim has learned something. Ikra Hazid has learned, sorry, I can't say that wrong, I'm sorry, has learned a lot. Well done, everyone, says Siobhan. Can we have more questions? Yeah, give me a second. Give me a second. We've just done another 10, we've done 20 so far. We've got another 10 coming up. MX Jans, you've learned loads. That is amazing. Because sometimes it might be that I know the answer, but I don't actually know why that's the right answer. And that's what I'm trying to do a little bit of tonight for you. My name is Annie. I'm an ADI. That means I'm an approved driving instructor. Tell me where you're watching me from. Let's see. There's 620 people on here. Let's see where we're all from, guys. We're coming together in this really safe, amazing place to study together, aren't we? And less silly people on in the evenings, which is brilliant. And I've got people here from Dorset, which is where I used to live, West London, Barnsley, Leicester, Glasgow, Merseyside, which is where I was brought up, Amsterdam, Preston, Huddersfield, Aberdeen, Reading, Bradford, Spain, London, Dundee, all over the place. Isn't it brilliant? Keep putting them in. I used to live in Dorset, I now live in Cheshire. So I have a driving school in Knutsford and Northwich in Cheshire. Lovely to see all people from all over the place. Cardiff, that's where I became an NLP master practitioner and I trained to be a hypnotherapist as well in Cardiff. Love it there. I'm an audit trainer. I'm a theory test expert. I love Knutsford, so do I, Jem. I absolutely love it. I learnt the reasons behind every question. Mina, that is fantastic. That's brilliant. See, it's going to make you a safer driver, isn't it? I've created theory test course to help you pass your theory test. I put together worksheets. I put together video tutorials, fact lists and audio so you can listen to the list, topic mock test, full mock test, case studies, and so much more. The most updated questions you're guaranteed to have, and you're only going to pay $34.99. Now this video should be 1 minute long. Let's see if it's going to work this time. Let me show you what's in the theory test course and how you're in the introduction. Don't know why that's not working. I can't work that out. Let me just try once more. In the introduction, you'll see how to go through the course. For all 14 theory topics, there's a worksheet that you can fill in if you want to. Watch video tutorials, then listen to the list of facts. Listening to the fact list while you're doing other stuff, like going to the gym or cooking, means that you can use different times to learn and that you can learn without even trying to learn. Just like when you listen to the words of a song and you learned the words without even trying. Then go through all the practice questions. When you get all the questions correct, have a go at the topic mock test. And when you get 10 out of 10 in the topic mock test, move on to the next topic. Going through all theory topics in the same way will make case studies questions simple to answer. The 16 mock tests in the course are designed to cover every single practice question. And the course has got techniques for answering questions, techniques for doing hazard perception, and techniques for getting rid of test anxiety. Well, I won't exactly take the credit, Siobhan. Somebody's made that for me. But it's quite good. Do you like it? Is that video okay? Let me know if you like it or not, because I didn't make it, so you can critique it if you want to. If you sign up for my course while I'm live, I've got 10 more questions to go. You'll get a free hazard perception course worth $9.99. You get a free hypnosis course worth $14.99. You get 2 free ebooks. One's written by Diane Hall. She was on. I'm seeing all your like it's. Thank you guys. I am seeing them. Top 10 reasons for failure, written by a test nerve specialist, Diane Hall, and top 20 hardest theory test questions, written by me. Just questions and answers, the hardest ones. You do like it? That's awesome. Thank you. Because I have to give my feedback, and I don't really know what I'm looking for sometimes. I'm looking for something that you're going to like. So if you're struggling to get onto my course for some reason, screenshot now. That is the link. I'll get through another 10 questions now. So make sure that you learn something. Don't worry if you get it wrong. I'm going to keep saying this. If you heard it before, I'm sorry. But don't worry if you get questions wrong. Marie, thank you. Because you're learning. If you knew everything, every answer to every question, then you wouldn't be here, would you? You'd be driving around, okay? And even those people don't know everything. So don't worry. Just think to yourself, brilliant, I got that one wrong. So I found something I didn't know, and now I do know. Got your test tomorrow, Claudio. Good luck for tomorrow. Thank you, hair braiding stylist. Why should you look carefully for motorcyclists and cyclists at junctions? They may want to turn into the side road. They may slow down to let you turn. They're harder to see. They might not see you turn. Pop your answers in now, A, B, C or D. Why should you look carefully for motorcyclists and cyclists at junctions? I know, I gave you the answer, but not everybody was looking. Not everyone was looking. Okay, and the answer is they're harder to see. Okay, they're harder to see. What have you got in your car that would that would mean that you might not see a cyclist, a motorcyclist, a pedestrian? What part of your car would be blocking that? Thank you, Robert. Yeah, your blind spot. What's giving you a blind spot? Polly Pocket, your pillars, brilliant. Your pillars are giving you blind spots. Do you know what pillars are? Do you know what your windscreen pillars are? It hurts when you hit a car on a bike, trust me. Have you been hit, Steve? Not pleasant. I haven't been hit, but you wouldn't want to do the hitting, and you certainly wouldn't want to be hit. I'm sorry to hear that. I bet it hurts. Yeah, your pillars. So you've got your windscreen, and then the windscreen is attached. It's in the pillars, metal pillars, okay? And they are blind spots. So you'd have to move your head to see around the pillars. You can't see through them, can you? So move your head. Now, I know that one of my instructors used to teach people to fly planes, and he said the airline, the ones that flew the really, really fast planes, the jet ones, they used to say, move your head or you're dead. They used to have a look around their pillars to move their head. That's what you should do. Move your head, otherwise you'll be hitting Steve again. Does that make sense? Especially on zebra crossings, absolutely. I got hit by a car, felt great. I bet it didn't feel great. Why do motorcyclists use dipped headlights in daytime? So that the rider can be seen more easily, to stop the battery overcharging, to improve the rider's vision. The rider is inviting you to proceed. Do you know what? It is a smart saying, isn't it? I liked it. I thought I will use that with my learners because you really want to know what's around those pillars. Why do you think motorcyclists, look at motorbikes, they've always got the lights on. They've always got lights on, even in the daytime. Why is that? You know it, don't you? It's so that they can be seen, so that you can see them. Now, new cars have always got lights on. Now, they've got running lights, haven't they? If you notice the newer cars, well, as soon as you turn the engine on, the lights come on. So the running lights. And motorbike riders always put the lights on so they can be seen. A good guess, Abby. What's the purpose of a catalytic converter? You ride a moped. I want to make sure I'm seen. You do, Rachel. And you know what? Riding a moped, everybody I've taught to drive who's already ridden mopeds are very, very good. They're very, very aware. Because if you're not aware, you're going to get hit. Your body's going to be hit, isn't it? So you'd be great with your driving. Use that awareness. Okay, so what's the purpose of a catalytic converter? And Mina Sparkles Gold H4 Abby Christina says to reduce harmful exhaust gases, and you're absolutely right. Always checking mirrors. You're right, Michelle. You'll be a very aware driver because you've ridden a motorbike or moped. Yeah, you will be. It's brilliant. Thanks to your amazing course, I understood this question so well. Fantastic. Okay, so a catalytic converter. Think of the word convert. Okay, converts means changes. So a catalytic converter basically changes the more toxic gases into cleaner gases. So when you drive a car, it's not very environmentally friendly, is it? It's not environmentally friendly because out of your exhaust is pumping all kinds of gases that are not very good for us to breathe in. A catalytic converter, those gases go from the engine into a catalytic converter, and the catalytic converter converts them, changes them into cleaner gases. So cleaner gases come out of your car. So catalytic converter converts or changes harmful gases into cleaner gases. Does that make sense? Caitlin, awesome. Zorful, thank you. Your course is amazing. Thank you so much. I'll pin it there for anybody. Does that help a little bit? What's the legal minimum depth of tread for car tyres? Makes sense. Brilliant. 1 millimetre, 1.6 millimetres, 2.5 millimetres. A, B or C? Let's ignore D, shall we? That's been inputted incorrectly. What's the legal minimum depth of tread for car tyres? Is it A, B or C? Do you know what tread depth means? You do. You're getting on brilliantly. So you know in your car tyres, there's grooves. The tyre isn't smooth, is it? There's grooves. It goes up and down. Does that make sense? Grooves in your tyre. Let me see if I can find a picture for you while I'm saying it. So there's grooves in your tyre, and they need to be a certain depth. When it gets too smooth, your car tyre isn't safe to drive because you will skid on the road more, slip on the road more. Let me see if I can find an image for you here to show you what I'm talking about with those grooves. Okay, so those are the grooves there. Okay, those grooves. As you drive and drive and drive and drive, those grooves will get shallower and shallower and shallower and shallower. Okay, as your tyre is wearing out. So you can use a coin, like this image here. You can use a coin to check your tread depth, how deep your depth is, okay? And you shouldn't let it get below 1.6 millimetres. And you can check that with a 20p coin. I'll show you on another lesson if you like. But what you need to know for now is the minimum depth is 1.6 millimeters. How can you remember 1.6? When I was doing my theory test, my son was 16 and I thought, oh, 16, sweet 16. So how can you remember it? How can you remember what, or can you just remember it? It's just going to go in your head. Thank you, Jador, love. So always thinking, you don't have to tell me, think, how can I remember 1.6? It's Victoria. I just remember it. Brilliant. Shim Shim, I just remember it. Brilliant. If you don't think about something that's 1.6 millimeters or 16 or something to help you remember. £1, 6 pence, check tire with a coin. Yeah. So some people can just remember. Some people need a way of remembering. I like ways of remembering. Oh, don't rush me, please. My birthday on 16. Brilliant. Sweet 16 is a good one. It is, isn't it? 16 legal age, legal tyres. That's a really good way of remembering it. That's really good. I love it. What's the meaning of this sign? Local speed limit applies, no waiting on the carriageway. National speed limit applies or no entry for vehicles. A, B, C or D. What does this sign mean? Who's just passed? Yay! Shh! Snap! How do I say your name? SNAH. Congratulations. Cheers. Tracy, thank you. This means national speed limit applies. Did you get that one right? So someone said no entry. Let's make sure we're not getting it's no entry. Let me show you what the no entry sign. If I can find it really quickly, I'll show you what the no entry sign looks like. So you're not saying it's no entry again. Okay. So the no entry sign looks different. It looks like, I can't find it quickly, I'm afraid. Yeah, I can. So no entry sign looks like this one. A red circle. Do not enter this road. Okay? Do that to yourself or something to give yourself a way of remembering. No entry. Look, Niki08 has put it in the comments. Why don't you find it and put it in the comments? Then you'll always remember that that one means no entry and that one means national speed limit. You have to know that as a driver. You have to know that you're not allowed to drive down this road. If you go down this road, you could be driving the wrong way down a dual carriageway. You could be breaking the law, okay? So think of a barrier, Christina says, yeah, think of a barrier. Do not come down here because it could be dangerous, guys. It could be dangerous. Barrier down. Find your own ways of remembering. That's what you should do. Red no. Yeah, red O means no. Red O means no. Do not come down here. Yeah, mushy being. Awesome. Oh, next question. When may you enter a box junction? When there are fewer than 2 vehicles ahead. When signalled by another road user. When your exit road is clear. When traffic signs direct you. Put A, B, C or D in the comments. Shall I put this onto YouTube? Yeah, I'll put it onto YouTube. It's a nice one, isn't it? It's a nice lesson, so I will put it on. Yesterday's live didn't record for some reason. TikTok didn't record it. I don't know why. All my others, they did. So the correct answer here is when your exit road is clear. We did it today. You did it today or did it with me today? Because I covered it today as well. Fab. Brilliant. Yeah, I'll put it onto YouTube then. I hope TikTok do record it again. I don't know why they didn't yesterday. Cool. Next question. You're joining a motorway from a slip road. How should you deal with traffic already on the motorway? So really think about Really think about what they're asking you here. You're joining a motorway. You're on a slip road. That's how you join motorways. How should you deal with traffic already on the motorway? A, carry on along the hard shoulder until you see a safe gap. B, stop at the end of the slip road and look for a safe gap. C, use the slip road to accelerate until you're moving much faster than traffic on the motorway. D, match your speed to traffic in the left-hand lane and filter into a safe gap. What is the safest and most sensible option there? So have a think. Just imagine you were jogging along, a big group, a big gang of people all jogging. What would be the safest speed that you could jog with them? Would it be faster than them, or the same speed as them, or slower than them? What's going to stop you from getting bumped into? Do you want to be faster, slower, or the same speed? N1 toxic, you do. The safest speed you can do is the same speed as everybody else is doing. So the right answer here is match your speed to traffic in the left-hand lane and filter into a safe gap. If you're going faster, then you're going to catch up to the car in front of you. That's dangerous. If you're going slower and you get onto lane 1, the traffic behind is going to catch up to you really quickly. That's dangerous. If you're going the same speed as they are, that is the safest option. Does that make sense? Why not A? Why not carry on along the hard shoulder? Paige, that is a really good question because I often get that as the right answer. What's the hard shoulder for, guys? Can anybody put the answer in here? What is the hard shoulder for? Nikki, sorry to hear that. I'll be here for you. I'll be here. That BZ, and other people here, MJ, yeah, awesome. Tia Smith, the hard shoulder is if to use in an emergency. So if somebody has broken down and they go onto the hard shoulder and you're racing along the hard shoulder because you can't find a safe gap, what's going to happen? What could happen? What could happen if you're using the hard shoulder to drive in? Bang, crash, says Polly Pocket. Yeah, absolutely. It makes sense. Brilliant. Because people, I'm glad you asked, because there'll be other people on here that are wondering why that's not the right answer. So you're doing other people a favour as well by asking me questions. Something catastrophic, says Carl. Absolutely. So if you can't get onto the motorway, then, why not B? Good question. Stop at the end of the slip road. If there is no safe gap because it's so busy, you don't stop at the end of the slip road, because when you come onto the motorway, you'll be doing like 1 mile an hour. So stop part way up so you can build up speed. Does that make sense? Making me laugh. Does that make sense, guys? Now, if everything is stationary on the motorway, that's different. If the motorway is moving at like 1-2 mile an hour, everybody's going really, really slowly, incredibly slowly, then yeah, you are going to get to the end. Okay, but if you're trying to join a motorway and everything's moving, don't stop at the end because you've got no way to build up speed. Stop partway up the slip road. Make sense, guys? Yeah, brilliant. Which vehicles aren't allowed to use the right-hand lane of a motorway, of a 3-lane motorway? Small delivery vans, motorcycles, vehicles towing a trailer, or motorcycle and car and sidecar outfits. A funny way of putting it. Which vehicles aren't allowed to use the right-hand lane of a 3-lane motorway? And the answer there, you're doing really, really well actually, but don't worry if you don't know it. You're going to learn something. It's not tanks now. Tanks isn't there as an option. And the answer is vehicles towing a trailer. So let's just go through this quickly. This car driving down a motorway, how fast is it allowed to go on a motorway? How fast is this car allowed to drive on a motorway? 70 miles per hour. Brilliant. If this car's towing a trailer or a caravan, how fast is it now allowed to go? How fast is it now? 60. Brilliant. So you don't want to be using lane 3 because it can't even drive at 70 miles per hour. It's going to be getting in the way, okay? Does that make sense? So when you're towing a trailer or caravan, if it's national speed limit, it's 10 miles per hour less than a car. It's an overtaking lane. It is. You absolutely lane. Amy Summer, I'm not going to do that now. Stabilisers. I'll very, very quickly tell you what a stabiliser is. A stabiliser is a metal bar that fits here. Fits between the car and the caravan, a metal bar, and it keeps them more stable. It stops this from happening. Stabiliser keeps them stable. Just like stabilisers on a bike keep a child and a bike more stable. A stabiliser on a caravan and a car keep the combination of those two more stable. Not required by law, but helps. Thank you, Kay Marie, for that. Thank you. It's great to be reminded of things. Yeah, not required by law, but it helps keep them more stable. You're driving on a single carriageway road. Why should you keep well back while you're following a large vehicle? A, to give yourself acceleration space if you decide to overtake. B, to get the best view of the road ahead. C, to leave a gap in case the vehicle stops and rolls back. D, to offer other drivers a safe gap if they want to overtake. A, B, C or D? Good luck for tomorrow, Bethany. Okay, so the right answer here is B, to get the best view of the road ahead. People often put C, to leave a gap in case the vehicle stops and rolls back. That's not very likely. I'm not seeing that. I don't see that very often or at all. Big vehicles don't tend to roll back, okay? But to get the best view of the road ahead, what's that about? Well, if you're driving along and you're very close to the vehicle in front of you, all you can see is the vehicle in front of you. All you can see is the back of that vehicle. Put your hand in front of your face. All you can see, well, not all, but most of what you can see is your hand. Put your hand further away, you can see much, much more around your hand. The same when you're driving. You don't want to only see the vehicle in front of you because all you can do is react to what that vehicle's doing. Okay, especially if it's a large vehicle, absolutely. So I have B on my top. I do. It's B. Okay, so that's why don't be too close to people because all you can see is that thing. Can you make the questions harder? No, I can't. These are all prepared. Sorry if they're not hard enough, but all the practice questions are in my course. It's great you're finding them easy though. You're towing a caravan. Which is the safest type of rear view mirror to use? The safest type of rear view mirror. What is it? A, B, C or D? Interior wide angle mirror, extended arm side mirror, ordinary door mirrors, ordinary interior mirrors. Abby, Christina, you know it. Kay Marie, yeah, well done. So the right answer is extended arm side mirrors. Okay, so if you just use your door mirror, your normal door mirror, you can't see very much because you've got a big caravan behind you. So you need to clip on some extra mirrors. Okay, so clip on mirrors like this where is it? This picture here, extended arm. Okay, so you've got an arm, a pole, and a mirror at the end of it, and you clip it onto your car and you can see much further. Look in both of those mirrors and you can see the normal door mirrors, you can see the caravan. The extended arm side mirrors, you can see what's past you as well. Okay, does that make sense? Does that make sense? You've seen loads of them on the motorway, yeah, Gem. So next time you go past a caravan, have a look and see if they've got an extended arm side mirror. And you go, oh yeah, that's what it is. How did you get on? Have you learned anything? Have I helped you? Why not use them on a normal car? You don't need them on a normal car, okay? Because you've got your door mirrors. You've learned something brilliant. I have got 126,000 likes. That is really awesome. Thank you. My lives are helpful. That's brilliant. 10 out of 10, but only because of you. You did it. You've learned. You've learned. If you got 10 out of 10, 9 out of 10, brilliant. If you didn't get very many right, you're learning. You're here to learn. That's what I'm here for. I'm here to help you. So anything you didn't get, that's what you're here for, to find out what you don't know. I've got a theory test course. I'll just cover studs very briefly in a minute, okay? Theory test course has got worksheets, video tutorials, fact lists. It's got audio for the fact list. It's got topic mock tests and full mock tests with audio so you can listen. It's got case studies. It's got games and more. It's guaranteed to have the most updated questions because the DVSA have given them to me, and you only pay $34.99 if you sign up while I'm live. For the next 2 or 3 minutes I'll be live only. So I'll play this video in a second. Shall I briefly cover motorway studs? I will do it briefly, so if you don't understand, then you can watch it again another time. But hey, Bert Daffodils, how are you? Your course is very helpful. Icarx, thank you. You'll be the reason I pass. Awesome. Now, who wants me to very quickly go over motorway studs? Put a yes or a no. Hey, Big Bubbly, how are you? Saha, yes, please. Marie, yes, please. Kay Marie, you've got your own way of learning it, which is brilliant. Okay, let me very, very quickly go through my technique. Okay, so, I've not got slides, so I can't help with slides. Where do you go when you're driving down the motorway? Where do you go if you're braking down? On a normal motorway, what's the lane called that you use to go into in an emergency if you've broken down? What's that lane called? It's called the hard shoulder. Okay, so you go, say this out loud. So just so you're helping yourself, not just listening to me. So repeat what I'm saying to yourself. You go on the hard shoulder to stop and wait for help. Yep. Red traffic light means stop and wait. So red studs are next to the hard shoulder. Does that make sense? Red means stop and wait. You go on the hard shoulder if you need to stop and wait for help. Red studs are next to the hard shoulder. Has that helped anybody? Let me know. Like I say, I'm doing it without my slides, but does that make sense to anybody? Put some yeses in, or the letter Y for yes, if that makes sense to you. Brilliant. What's the lane called that you use to go off a motorway or to come on a motorway? What's that lane called that you use to go off and on a motorway? It's called a slip road. Brilliant. Okay, so you use a slip road to go off a motorway. You use a slip road to go on a motorway. Green means go. So green studs are next to the slip roads. Does that help? I'll say it again. You use a slip road to go on and go off a motorway. Green means go. Green studs are next to the slip roads. Does that make sense? Give me some yeses if that makes sense. Cool. Now, the middle of the motorway. What's that called? The middle bit of the motorway, the centre bit of the motorway. What's it called? This is my traffic light technique I'm sharing with you guys. One of my favourite techniques, but I prefer to do it with slides. but I'm helping you right here because somebody asked me. The middle bit of the motorway is called the central reservation, the centre of the motorway, where the barrier is. Okay, so the centre of the motorway is called the central reservation. I've got red at the top, green at the bottom. In the centre of my traffic lights is amber. Amber's in the centre. So what colour studs do you think are next to the centre of the motorway? Amber. Brilliant. Amber studs are next to the centre of the motorway, which is called the central reservation. Amber is the colour that's in the centre of my traffic lights. And the only other colour to learn is white. Where are the white studs, guys? Nikki, you love it, do you? It's brilliant, isn't it? Where are the white studs? Does anybody know? Where are the white? Yeah, awesome. White studs, Bella Jane, white studs are in between the lanes. So if you've got white studs to both sides of you, you're in lane 2. Awesome, great answers. Yes, there are.
In the introduction, you'll see how to go through the course. For all 14 theory topics, there's a worksheet that you can fill in if you want to. Watch all video tutorials, then listen to the list of facts. Listening to the fact list while you're doing other stuff, like going to the gym or cooking, means that you can use different times to learn and that you can learn without even trying to learn. Just like when you listen to the words of a song and you learned the words without even trying. Then it goes through all the practice questions. When you get all the questions correct, have a go at the topic mock test. And when you get 10 out of 10 in the topic mock test, move on to the next topic. Going through all theory topics in the same way will make case studies questions simple to answer. The 16 mock tests in the course are designed to cover every single practice question. And the course has got techniques for answering questions, techniques for doing hazard perception, and techniques for getting rid of test anxiety.
Yes, your course helps me so much. Awesome,
Let me
thank
show
you.
you what's...
Oh, gets cut up. If you sign up now, I'm literally live for another minute. I've got to go and have my tea now, okay? Sign up now, you get a free hazard perception course, you get a free hypnosis course. Those offers are on while I'm live. You get 2 free ebooks, 1 top 10 reasons for failure, 2 top 20 hardest theory test questions. Make sure you follow me on TikTok. Make sure you follow me on YouTube. You can do that by clicking on this link below. My next live lesson will be tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. For about 3 hours, and tomorrow evening about 6:30 again I'll be coming on to do some more questions. Somebody has asked me, so I've finished now guys, but someone's asked me, can I do the traffic light sequence again? I will do it again for you, okay? It's like a little song, you say. Is it a song? I suppose so. The traffic light sequence is easy. There are 5 steps. Just 5 steps, and you can learn them super easily if you say it out loud. Join in with me. The traffic light sequence is red, red and amber, green, amber, red. If you say it out loud, it will stay in your head. The traffic light sequence is easy. Red, red and amber, green, amber, red. Red, red and amber, green, amber, red. You say it. Say it out loud, it will stay in your head. One more. Red, red and amber, green, amber, red. Red, red and amber, green, amber, red. Say it all night. It'll definitely be in your head. Go and tell somebody now. Just go downstairs, go upstairs, go into another room, tell the person next to you, tell the wall, tell the dog. Red, red and amber, green, amber, red. Go and tell somebody. Even if it's the cat, the dog. Thanks guys, thanks for joining me. I really appreciate it. I got 133.8 thousand likes, which is amazing. See you tomorrow morning, see you tomorrow evening. Friday I'll be on and off all day. I hope my voice makes it, but I'll be off and on all day on Friday.